Is there the voice of God among you? Or are you servants of divinity, servants of God? Or is there the voice of God? God was never, He's never, was never. God was never, He's never, was never. God was never, He's never, was never.
The same thing was said about our ability to harness the science and technology to land a man safely on the surface of the moon.
We have got to show each other some love.
We never discussed what we said about each other. I said terrible things about him, he said terrible things about me. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. No, it's not going to be the Trump doctrine. And you know what I say? It won't be the Trump doctrine because in life you have to be flexible. You have to have flexibility. You have to change. Out of winning that in this guys. Out of winning that in this guys. Out of winning that in this guys.
She worked to empower women and girls around the world and to make the same exact declaration on behalf of the LGBT community in America and around the world. Tomorrow when I return. Tomorrow when I return. Tomorrow when I return.
I didn't just get a pin and stick it in the FT and say I'm going to go into that sector. And this is the biggest problem that I come up against with young people. The biggest problem is getting them to understand that you don't just fancy being in business. Mama not at them. Mama not at them. Mama not at them.
I was sitting down the other day and actually with the friend I mentioned who suffers from depression. I mean, I probably suffer from depression too, but he's been diagnosed as suffering from depression.
Right.
That's the distinction I make. And he was quite down and talking to me about it, and that just brought me way down. God, yes, you should be some sheriff. God, yes, you should be some sheriff. God, yes, you should be some sheriff.
Oh yeah, definitely. I would go just right away if I was to come back to stay any length of time. Yeah. This guy makes stuff. This guy makes stuff. This guy makes stuff.
You go on as permanent. I bet you. You step on animals, and I work with you. You step on animals, and I work with you. You step on animals, and I work with you.
That's what I feel a lot like lately myself. Is like it seems like I really truly believe that in reverse speech I'm doing what God wants me to do. I mean, I was chosen for this. I didn't have a choice. It wasn't like I keep serving me at meal here. I keep serving me at meal here. I keep serving me at meal here.
Sometimes people ask me, does reverse speech endorse any particular religion? And the answer to that is no. There are no deities or religions that reverse speech endorses or says this is right or this is wrong. It just talks about the soul and the endlessness of life. And that in itself is very powerful. Indeed. This is the bliss in heaven. This is the bliss in heaven.
I feel it's all very possible. And I think one of the things, when you're talking about Christ helping people, he also said that we all have the capability of doing it ourselves.
Greater things than these will ye also do.
We cross into the
We cross into the We cross into the
You know how the role of passing it on to your kids from what you've learned, and you bring them up the best you can, but you've passed traits on to them, and that's what it was. But
right, well that's traditional. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, you can't always blame after all what and them ever. After all what and them ever. After all what and them ever.
And say, no, start all over on this healthcare scheme and pass meaningful market-based reforms that incorporate some simple steps that have broad support. The best idea is not backroom deals.